So good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Business Bites Online. My name is Sal DiVincenzo, and I'm one of the librarians here at the Miller Business Center. Thank you so much for coming to today's program. This is marketing lists and mail merge. And what we're gonna do is the first part of the program. I'm going to do a download of a customer list in Reference USA, which is one of our most popular databases, and that's where most people are. That's what most people are using to download marketing lists. So we're going to do that first, and some of you maybe have seen that before. Some of you might use it on a regular basis. So we're going to do that. So that might be a little refresher for you. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how most people would use this, this data to migrate it into a mail merge. Unfortunately, we don't have email addresses. It's like our number one request is to have email addresses. We don't have them. We don't have access to them, and it's a shame, but it's just a legal issue. So what most people are doing, besides cold calling, is they're sending out mailers. So we're going to show you how to do that. We're going to show you how to put that data into Microsoft Word. We'll manipulate it a little bit in Microsoft Excel, and see how it goes from there. So that's going to be pretty much the second part of the program. All right. So you come to our website, millerbusinesscenter.org. You're going to select your databases. You can either do it by clicking on the database button here, or you can use this drop-down box here to choose, in this case, Reference USA, our very favorite database here at the center. You're going to type in your last name or your company name. If you're a member of the Hauppauge Industrial Association, that'll be your company name there. You're going to do that. You're going to type in your membership number or your barcode, and you're going to type in your 4-digit PIN. You should have been prompted to create a 4-digit PIN when you first started your account with us. If not, you will create a new one the first time you log on. Okay, we're going to do this, and this is Reference USA. And you will notice here that there are two modules that will pop out at you here. The first one is being the U.S. Businesses module. The second one is the U.S. Consumers Lifestyles module. And these are primarily the two databases that you're going to use the most. One is for targeting consumers. Those are residential listings. We do highly recommend that you do not, you definitely don't want to call these people. A lot of their telephone numbers are not cross-referenced on the do not call list, so you definitely don't want to do that. But you can most certainly mail them, and that's what we'll do here now. We'll show you how to do that. We're going to do a business search though this morning. So we're going to click on U.S. businesses. And the first screen that comes up is a quick search and an advanced search. You're going to click on advanced search. Come on, let's go a little slow. There we go. And this is where all the goodies are. These are all the the power tools. So you can add any criteria that you wish that'll work for you. Talking about business type, geography type. You can even search on a phone number. This actually comes in handy. Sometimes someone calls you on your phone and you just have the caller ID. You want to do a reverse lookup. You can actually do that here in Reference USA. Business size, ownership type, and any special selects. These come in handy when you're dealing with like a doctor's office, or you're dealing with a law firm, and there's only you have multiple people on that record. So a law firm might have 5 partners, 6 partners. A doctor's office might have 3 doctors, 4 doctors. You can use this the selector here, professionals all one, you select that and it'll only send back the top level person in that record. And what that does is it brings your list size down. It makes it much easier to manage your list, because if you're dealing with 500-600 people on a list, you just want to target the primary people, or you just want to send a mailer to the office rather than, you know, to everyone in the office. That'll be the feature that you will use. So we're gonna start that off right away. I'm gonna click on that, and you'll see here professionals all one. We're gonna click on one professional. Okay, so we got that there, and I think this morning we'll do a search in let's say Suffolk County. So we're gonna put a check mark in county, and here you're gonna have your drop-down list. We're gonna pick New York. And then we can filter our choices here. We can either start typing, or we can go through this list and select a county in New York. And in this case, we're finding Suffolk. When you click on it, it gets selected here. When you click on it in this box, it'll unselect. So it's an easy way. If you know you make a mistake, you picked Steuben by accident, you can unclick that there as well. So now we have our geography. We're going to choose our business type. So let's say this morning we only want to target a certain type of business. There are two ways of doing that. The first way is the keyword SIC NAICS code search. By clicking on this box, you can actually type here what you're looking for, you know, like for example, restaurants, insurance companies, that sort of thing. The other way of doing it is the major industry group. I'm going to show you that in a moment. First, I want to show you the keyword search. Now, we highly recommend that you search by primary SIC or primary NAICS code only. If you click on this radio button here, it will only search companies that have that as their primary SIC code. So what does that mean? Well, believe it or not, some businesses in the Reference USA database are classified as multiple different types of businesses. You can see, and I've seen this before, you can see a business like 7-Eleven, instead of it being classified just as a convenience store, it could also be classified as a gas station, because in other parts of the country, and I think even here now, we have gas stations that are 7-Elevens. They can be classified as restaurants, believe it or not, because hey, you can go in there and get one of those hot dogs that are on the thing for like 12 hours. You can, you know, grab one of those. So, I mean, they are all the SIC codes that are associated with that type of business can be listed there. But the primary SIC code for a place like 7-Eleven would be either, you know, a convenience store, gas station, that type of thing. So if we want to search for specific companies and we want to make sure that we are getting exactly what we're looking for, we want our lists to be, you know, concise and compact, we're going to choose primary SIC only. So by clicking on this, that's all you will get returned on the database. So if I wanted to here, and I wanted to type in, I'm always type in grocery, just do a search here. And it takes a little bit to load. There it is. And now you can see you have anything with groceries or grocer here. And anything, believe it or not, that's attached to that SIC code that's similar, that might be relevant to your search. So, you know, grocery stores use paper and plastic bags. So you'll see paper bag manufacturers here, plastic bag manufacturers. So Reference USA is good in that respect, as, you know, being intuitive to show you how to do that, along with like delicatessens, and there's the convenience stores as well. So we would pick, in this case, we would pick the primarily I'm looking for retail grocers. I'll click on that there. So that's that selection. Okay, we have geography, we have business type, and now we're going to look at size, because I just want to send my my mailer out to just the larger grocery stores. So I'm going to go here to the business size criteria and click on sales volume. We're going to do that based on sales. Come down here to the middle. You can see we have a range. let's say I just want the largest grocery stores in Suffolk County. So I'm going to start at 10 million. I can either click here, or I can grab it, hold down my mouse and pull down, and it'll select everything there. Okay, let me show you that one more time. I can either go click, or I can start here, hold down on my mouse and pull down, and I click everything there. That's a little tip for you there, for you Reference USA users, that you can do it that way. Okay, so we have 10 million plus. We are in Suffolk County. We are looking for grocers, retail, and we are only looking for the primary person there, just one professional inside that building. So if there's two owners, only one owner is going to be returned there. So I can come here to my action buttons here, and I can click on update count, and you can see we got 73 results. That's a great starting point for this particular list. I might want to start adding more onto there. Maybe I want to add convenience stores, maybe I want to do other things, but I could do that as well. I do want to point something out here too, and this is actually another great feature of Reference USA, this related matches section. All of the major grocers, retail grocers, will have their own SIC code. I'm going to put that in quotes there. They'll have their own SIC code. It's actually, it's an SIC code with additional numbers added on. So it's a classification for those bigger places. So you can see here, you know, we have Food Town, Lucky Supermarkets, Key Food, Trader Joe's, Wegmans, all the big places, Walmart. I'm just going to see here if we have any. There's Stop and Shop. Okay, Vons, Whole Foods. So you kind of get the idea. Okay, Fry's, which is out west. So these are sub SIC codes. So if you wanted to target those, you can do that. You can use the SIC code, or there is this company name feature here as well that you can click on. All right, you could just say, I just want grocers that are named Fry's, and you can do that as well. So we have 73 here based on my geography, my business size, my revenue, so on and so forth. So there you go. So we're going to come up here. We're going to, again, go to our action buttons, and we're going to click on view results, and we're going to get the results screen. Okay, and again, many of you have probably seen this before. We've done programs like this before. Just kind of a refresher for you before we get into the mail merge part. So it's marketing lists and mail merge. So this is our list in Suffolk County. And what we're going to do is we're going to select all the records in this list. Now, Reference USA is in business to make money just like you are. They're not going to make this easy for us, even though we here at the Miller Center pay for the database for you to use for free. They're not going to make this too easy for us. They're not going to allow us, they're not going to allow a person to quote unquote scrub the database. That means just take this all 73 records, just pull it out, download it, and go with it. I understand where they're coming from. They have had issues in the past that they've told us about, where, you know, there's someone who creates an algorithm who actually goes in here, a little robot, selects, you know, records, downloads, scripts, so on and so forth. So we understand why they're going to do this. So they're not going to make it too easy for us to download this list. That being said, here at the Miller Center, we can download up to 1,000 records at a time. Very unique for us. I believe we're the only ones on Long Island that have that feature. We might be the only ones maybe that are a public library rather than an academic library on the East Coast that has that feature, because that's a lot of records that we can download at one time. We're lucky today. We only have 73, so it's not going to be an issue. So let me show you the process really quickly, a little refresher here on how to download these records. And just a little side note here, we have videos on our website, on our YouTube channel, that'll show you how to just do this. So definitely check that out. And we'll put a link in the notes in the chat at the end of the program. So to do that, let's just look at some real estate here. We have these, let's see if I can zoom in here to this side of the screen here for you. So everybody can, there you go. Okay, so we have this page number 1 through 3. We have this box here, which allows us to choose the page if we want to jump. And we have the forward and back buttons, and then we have all these check marks here. There's 25 records per page. And in this case, there's 3 pages. We need to select all 25 records per page until we get to 73. If we were downloading this list and it was going to be over 1,000 records, we would need to do that in batches. We would need to download 1,000 records, back out, go back in again, and download the second 1,000 records. We here at the Miller Center, I've said this before and I'll say it again, we're all about quality over quantity. We want quality records here. We don't want you to waste your time and your money calling people or sending a mailing out when these are not folks that might not be your target audience, might not want to purchase your product or use your service. So quality over quantity, folks. So what we're going to do here, and this part is easy. In order to select everything on this page, just clicking on this little blue box here. Boom, there it is. It's clicked. Go to the next page, click it, next page, click it, and now you can see we have selected all 73 records on those 3 pages. All right, so we're going to download these records. You're going to come here to the download button, click on download. Oops. And we're going to get this page here. We are almost ready to start manipulating our data and get it onto our labels. Step 1, select your file format. You're going to keep it at comma delimited. I know you want to naturally want to click on Excel. You don't have to. Just keep it at comma delimited. Excel, believe it or not, might cause issues with some spreadsheet programs because it's going to do extra formatting. Just avoid that. Comma delimited CSV will open up in any spreadsheet program. So let's just keep it there. For level of detail, if I was just doing a mailing, which we are today, I would keep it at summary, okay? If we're downloading records to do an upload to maybe our customer database of our own, or maybe we want additional information like how big their building is, their latitude and longitude, because you want to throw it into a GPS mapping program, anything like that, their hours, extra executive title, extra contact information, whether or not they're on social networking and what their social networking addresses are. That detailed information, we would definitely want to click on detailed. If we're downloading this list simply because we're creating a marketing list and we're building a customer list, then I would definitely select detailed in this case. For today, since we're doing a mail merge and we're just doing a mailer, I'm going to just select summary just for the purposes of this demonstration. So you click on download records. You could click on email records if you want, and you'll get an email from Reference USA. And we're going to call this my list. Okay. And now we are going to open that list in Microsoft Excel. And you're just going to give me just a moment here because I need to change my share to Excel. And now I see it on the screen there. Very good. Okay. Wow, this is scary looking. I mean, there's a lot of information here. I'm seeing it's very small on your screens. I'm sorry that it is small on your screens, but this is basically it. So this is the summary list. You're going to get company name, executive name, that's the primary executive name, address, which is very important. We're going to be using that in a moment. Credit score is included, the telephone numbers, and their primary SIC code, which we already know about, and their location, employee count, range, okay? So a very simple list. Again, we're only doing a mailing today to these companies, so that's what we're gonna do. Now, let me just save this as an Excel file. So this way we come out of that format. Now, let me mention here, I am using my Mac. It's going to look similar in your PC if you use a PC. All right. So a little trick here. Let me get back there so you can see. So if you want to expand all the fields, click in this box here. It's right above the row and the column, the first row and column header here. Click on that, and then come here to in between two columns and double click, and you'll see it expanded. Oh, let's get out of here. There we go. You can see it expanded all the fields to the very end of the longest field. So like Port Jeff Station was the longest here, so it went right to the edge of Port Jeff Station. So that's that. Another a cool tip that I like to do here is, and some of you may or may not know about that, but it's the freezing the top row. And this is a fairly new version of Excel. If you go to View, they actually have the feature that says Freeze Top Row. Click on that, and then when you scroll, you'll see the top row stays the same. The header there stays the same. Okay, now I'm going to edit this because I don't need all this information for my mail merge, and you're going to see why I'm going to edit it in a little bit. Because when we go into the mail merge and we add our mail merge fields, it's much easier to manage those fields if we only are using the fields that we need, rather than have to scroll through all these other fields. So we're definitely going to do company name. We will use the executive name for the purposes of this demonstration. I don't need the credit score. I don't need the executive gender, all this stuff. So again, tip, come up to the top of the field of the column here, click on it, move over, hold down your shift key on your keyboard, click again, you kind of get the idea, just keep going this way. All right, I'm just going to take these columns here, right click and say delete, and they'll disappear. Okay, and just one more, and delete, and now they're gone. Okay, so now we should just have company name, executive first and last name, address, city, state, zip code. Now I'm about to get a little technical, so I will try to do this as slowly as possible. This will be something you probably are going to want to go back and watch on the replay. I'm going to click on this column here, and I'm going to insert a column, a blank column. And I'm going to go up to the top of this column, and I'm going to type in the word full name. Okay, we're all there. All right. I am now going to make this easier for me when I do my mail merge, I'm going to combine these two fields, column B and column C. Okay, and this is how you do it. Okay, you're going to come here, and in the formula, you're going to say equals B2, in this case, it's a 1, ampersand, and now we want to combine the fields, but we want to put a space in between the names. We don't want it to be Juan Pena right up against each other. So I'm going to put quotes, space, quotes, ampersand, C2, okay? So let me say that again. So it's equals, which means this field equals the following formula, the following thing. And then it says take B2, which in this case is 1, and a space, which is those quotes with a little space in between, and combine it with, again, ampersand, C2. When I click on enter, you will see it took the first name and the last name and it put it together. Now, why are we doing this? Because when we do our mail merge, yes, it's true. We could say field executive first name, field executive second name, but that's going to be complicated. Okay, it's going to be extra work for you. In this case, just do this once in your Excel spreadsheet, and now you have the combined full name here on the spreadsheet. Now I don't have to type that for every single person here on all 73. I could just copy that column, and just use my my keyboard here. I'm just holding down the Shift key and paste. And you could see that all of my names are now lined up, all the names that are available. If I clicked on this, you could see it automatically changed the field. So B14 and a space and C14 combined it together. Okay, so that's actually a pretty cool thing that you can do, and you can do that with anything. If you wanted to make the city, state, and zip code all one field in your mail merge, you could do that as well. But in this case, I just wanted to show you something, a little extra information here that I thought was it comes in handy. So you're basically combining the two columns together in this case. So I'm going to save this, and now we are ready to move forward to our mail merge. It's perfect timing. It's about a half hour. I wanted to do like a half hour on that and like 20 minutes on the mail merge. So perfect. Okay. Before I move forward, are there any questions from the chat, Alex? No, we're good. Fantastic. So let's move on. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to open up our my copy of Microsoft Word, and that's where we'll do our actual mail merge. So again, just bear with me a moment as I change my screen share to Word. And here we are. Okay. Now, thankfully, Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word, they make this fairly easy for us as long as you know the steps. In your menu up here, you're going to select Mailings. And we're going to select up here where it says Start Mail Merge. Okay, I know that's unfortunately a little small, but we got there. Mail Merge. In this case, we're going to make labels today. So we're going to click on Labels. Okay. Now, look, most of us are probably going to use Avery labels. They're the most popular. You know, Staples has their own brand. You can see it down here as one of the choices. Office Depot has their own brand. You can, Microsoft might have their own. You can just go through here and pick. C-Line is here. You can pick the brand that you like or that you're going to use. And it comes up here. You can see they have the entire database of labels included here. You and we here at the center, we usually use the 5160s. They're the standard address labels, 1 inch of height. And we're going to use this to fill up the entire page. Now, this particular label type is 30 labels per page. So that's a great efficiency of using this. So I'm going to click on OK. So now you can see there's a little guide here. It says choose a new or existing recipient list for your mail merge. Well, we have an existing list. We just downloaded it from Reference USA. How about that? So we're going to click on Select Recipients. And when we do, we're going to click on Use an Existing List. And you can kind of see here, this workflow goes from left to right. Start merge, select recipients. If you want to edit it, you can edit the data source. If you want to filter it, you can filter it, so on and so forth, okay? So we select recipients and we click on Use an Existing List. And then we're going to be asked to load that list. And in this case, it's my list that I created just now. So I click on OK. And there is security here. It's going to ask you, do you really want to install that? Open that and you say yes. Okay. So again, it's very nice. Microsoft has really become very proactive in their guidance here. So it says filter recipients, select specific recipients for your mail merge. We're going to select all of them. So what you're seeing here on the screen and on your document is the code, the machine language for your mail merge. Okay. This first box here, this first blank section here, is where you're going to build your label. You're going to build it. You're going to format it here. You're going to add your fields here. You're going to adjust the font here. You're going to adjust the color here if you want to do it in color. You're going to do everything in this first field. And from that field forward, it's going to carry those, the formatting over to every other field. And that's what this next record code means. That means this is number 1 here, and then you're going to go 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to build our label right in this first part here. Whatever we do here is how all the rest of the labels are going to look. Okay, that's all you have to know. We're going to insert the merge field. Okay, now you can click on this and you'll see these are all the fields that we have on our sheet that we created just before. Now we're going to avoid using the first name and last name because we fixed that. We made it full name, so that's a good thing. Okay, so maybe we want to start off with the company name as the first line on our label. So we're going to actually make sure our cursor is at the very top here. Click Insert Merge Field and click on Company Name. Boom, there it is. All right. And then what I'm going to do, again, another tip, is I'm going to hold my Shift key on my keyboard. So hold down Shift and press the Enter Return key. Oops, let me get back here. There we go. All right. What that's going to do is it's a carriage return. It's going to just bring it down to the next line. Okay, so Shift Return, and we're going to insert our next field. And in this case, we're going to insert the address because you know what I want to do in this case. I want to say at the end, I want to say attention and then the person's name. Okay, or we could put the person's name here. It's up to you. In this case, I want to show you that you could do attention and the person's name. So attention is on every single label, and the person's name changes. That's pretty cool. So address. Okay, that's the mailing address, the street address. Click on that. Again, Shift Enter, insert. So we're going to do city. So click on city. Hit your space bar. I'm sorry, hit your, put a comma there, right? Not the space bar. So comma, hit the space bar. State, space bar, zip code. Okay, so it's company name, address, city, state, zip. Okay, hold on here. Let me get. There's Alex. Okay, Alex.
Thank you, buddy.
Sure.
Sorry.
No problem. Alex, thank you for checking out the chat room for me. Okay,
No
so we
problem.
have city, state, zip code, and now we are going to do attention and then the person's name. Okay. So again, go to the end, Shift Return, and I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna say ATTN colon space and then full name. Okay. So that is what our label is going to look like. Company name, address, city, state, city, comma, state, space, zip code, attention, colon, space, full name. Okay. So we can preview this by this here. It says, this button here says preview results. So we're going to click on that. And that is what the finished label is going to look like. Okay. Now we've picked a name here that starts with 725 Comac Meat Court. So it's not an error. That's actually the name of the company. So it's not 725, 725. There's no things happening there, but that's what it is. Okay. So this is what it's going to look like. So I'm going to unselect this And now the secret here is we're going to click on Update Labels. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take that label, click on it, and we're going to pull all the labels over now. So you see what happened? Now it filled in all those remaining 29 labels on the page. Okay. And now I'm going to click on Update Labels. I'm sorry, I'm going to click on View Results, Preview Results. And now we're going to see our labels for every single record, up to 30 in this case, because we actually haven't finished the mail merge. This is just the formatting part of it. Okay. Now I can tell you right now, just looking at this, these labels might be a little cramped, I think, when we print them out. So I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to reformat these. So unclick Preview Results and come back here and highlight the entire label. Remember, everything that you do in this first field, in this first label, will get carried over to all your other labels. You're not going to have to copy and paste and select everything on there. Okay, so now while I have that selected, I'm going to go back to the home tab here, and I'm going to change my font. Let's see, we'll do I'll go too fast here. We'll do Century Gothic bold. Okay, so Century Gothic bold, and I do want to take it down to 10 points. Okay, so you'll notice I've created now a new font type. I've bolded it. I've made it smaller. When you click on Mailings, click Update Labels, and now all the other labels are updated. So any formatting that I do in that first field after I click on Update Labels will change. Like if I want the attention full name for some reason, if I wanted that to be blue, like this blue color here, okay? Whatever I do here, when I click on Update Labels, it'll go across the entire document. And then again, I'm going to click on Preview Results, and you can see now I have my new font and my new attention, and it's in blue. All right, and again, this is the first 30. Okay. So we haven't actually done the mail merge yet, believe it or not. We've just done the formatting here. So it's time to merge. And here where it says merge range, we're going to do all. And we're going to click on this button here that says finish and merge. And here is important. This is important. Here I like personally to say edit individual documents. And what that's going to do when I click on that, it's going to create a new Microsoft Word document with my labels. This now is post mail merge. Okay, this is it. We've done the mail merge. So this is post mail merge. We can't make any easy corrections to this anymore. Okay, this is actually as if I took the mail merge and I printed it out in a digital format, and this is what it looks like. And the reason why I do this is because now I can save this document as its own document without worrying about if I change my mailing list in the future. So maybe I want to call this document, it defaults at labels 1, but maybe I want to say file, save as, and call this the the June mailing. Okay. And then I have that. So now I have this file. I can store it away. I know that these were the folks that I created labels for June. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because what's great about doing mail merges this way, what's great about mail merges in general, is that this data in my mail merge is live. Which means if I go back into my Microsoft Excel document and I make changes, that data is going to get changed in my mail merge automatically. It's a live link between Excel and Word. So by doing the mail merge and by selecting, by creating a new document, I am able to basically keep that document in its current form, in its current list. Okay, so if for some reason I accidentally delete my Excel spreadsheet sheet of everything that I've done, I'm not losing this mail merge if I want to run it again in the future, because I know it's here. Okay, so that's basically the mail merge in a nutshell. We have about 5-10 minutes left. I just want to show you one little extra tip here, that the mail merge is not just meant to be made for labels. You can use mail merge to create letters, cover letters. You can even use mail merge to create a anything dynamic. So if you want to send out a letter that says you are overdue on your payment and this is the payment amount, you can do that as well. Because once you're in a mail merge, once you have that link, you can use that data any way you want. Like, so if I go here and we're going to do new document. All right, blank document. Okay, I'm not even going to write a letter here. I just want to point something out. Okay, so I could do anything that I want here. So I could say, dear, and we want to confirm that your mailing address is, okay. All right, I'm just making this up just to show you how cool this is, that you can use this data. So we're going to go back to mailings, and we're going to go back to start mail merge. We're going to do letters. Okay, so you're going to pick letters for this, and that's just going to use the, put you in the whole page mode here. So letters. So now I'm going to go to, again, it goes from left to right, select recipients, use an existing list, pick my list. Oops, and write my list. Open. Make sure you want to do that. Yes, I do. I trust it. Entire worksheet. Okay. So now I have access to my merge fields. So I could come up here and I can use the merge fields wherever I want in this document. So I could say, dear, full name. Okay. Comma. We want to confirm that your mailing address is, insert merge field, address, city, comma, state, space, zip. Okay, so I just want to show you how easy this is to use that data from your spreadsheet and just insert it in here. So if I could click on preview results, you can see all those fields got entered in automatically. All right, deal Juan Pena, we want to confirm the mailing addresses, so on and so forth. So imagine doing letters, collection letters, because you can add a field to your Microsoft Excel document with the balance. And you can say, your balance of, and then you would have, balance as the field here is overdue, right? And then when you mail merge it, there it is. You're going to have the amount for the letter. So you don't have to go through every single letter and type every single thing. It's automatically going to populate that field. And again, I just wanted to show you that when you do run the merge and you do say edit individual documents, you're going to get 73 pages or 73 letters of what you've done. So let me just go here so you can see it. doing in different windows here. So I'm just gonna scroll through. You could see I'm on my page 3, page 4. So it's got the name, we wanna confirm. So folks, you can use mail merge not just for mailings. You can use it for anything that you wanna do in which you create a spreadsheet that has data in it and you bring it over automatically and compile it without having to go to every single thing. So I'm just opening up the chat here. Can you use this for emails? Yes, I do believe Microsoft, as long as you're using the Outlook, I do believe you can start, yes, so email messages. So you, instead of going letters or labels, you just click on email messages and then it'll use Microsoft Outlook to you know, populate and create those email addresses. So I do believe you need to use Outlook along with Word and Excel. So you're welcome, Tammy. So that's about it. Again, these are meant to be brief little looks at what we have here at the center and give you some tips and tricks in an hour or less. So if you want to get a little deeper with this, you want one of us to quote unquote sit down with you and go over this, we can do that for you, and we can do it virtually because we offer one-on-one virtual appointments via Zoom, just like this program, where you'll be on the other end and we can share our screens and we can show you how to do it. And that goes for anything else that we have here at the center. So, you know, I highly recommend that you do that. Give us a call, send us an email. I'm going to put this now in the chat. Our email is millercenter@mcplibrary.org. Okay, you can give us a call at 585-9393 extension 133 because we are back in the building. As you can see, I'm in the podcast studio, so we're back in the building. And also, do check out our YouTube page, millerbusiness.tv. Millerbusiness.tv is where we're going to put all of our online programming. It's where we have our great new weekly show, Spotlight on Middle Country. It's where we have our great career and college presentations. All of our business bites are there. All of our tips and tricks videos are there. So definitely take advantage of that for anything that you might be interested in. Like, you know, maybe you're having issues logging into our databases. There's a video for that. Maybe you'd like to see what I did before, where I did a search for businesses. There's a video for that. So again, it's millerbusiness.tv is our address. So I'm gonna just wait for just one more minute to see if there's any more questions. And if there's not, thank you so much for coming this morning. Do you have any more questions in the chat? I am watching the chat now. Thank you for coming, Tammy. Okay, it looks like we are good. So thank you so much for coming. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you next time on Business Bites Online.